Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, welcome to Season 3, Round 6 of the Nemesis Racing League F1 2020 League. Today we're coming to you from the Red Bull Ring in lovely Austria. So it's Round 6. And which marks roughly almost halfway mark of the 13-week season. So this is the last race before the Christmas break, so hopefully it's a good one. Let's talk a little bit about last week. Last week was Russia. Exciting race. We had as a bit of a dominating performance from the man that I didn't know how to pronounce his name. So did a little bit of research during the week. I think you pronounce it Freund, something like that. And I actually researched what his name meant in German, and I assume it's German because I think he's German. It actually means friend, so I thought that was kind of wholesome. That's his username there on the old PSN network. So he dominated last week. He had the fastest lap. He had pole position, and he had driver of the day as well. So it was an absolute... I don't think I've seen a domination like that since Australia bowled out India for 36 at the Adelaide Oval just a few hours ago. So it was quite impressive to watch. He's not racing this week, so... which is... yeah, I don't know, he was a reserve driver. So he's not racing this week. This week, though, these are the guys that are racing. I see a couple of regulars not racing this week. So I think Cornet in the McLaren, he's not there this week. So I don't know where he is. Maybe he's off eating some M&Ms. But we've got everyone here ready to go. So let's get into it. So a few cars out on track. A little bit about the Drivers' Championship. It's Stein in the AlphaTauri who is leading the championship at the moment. So he's currently on 82 points, followed very closely by Hounsey in the Ferrari, and then Cornet. So Cornet's not racing tonight, so he's on 50 points. It's 82, 75, 50. Dominic Lee on 41, and then Tosta Caber on 31, Stuart Little on 30, and then sort of it falls back after that. So will be interesting to see Red Bull Ring tonight. It's only a 10-turn circuit, so quite a short circuit. It's only 4.3 kilometers, and we'll have to see how everyone negates it. There's quite a few areas where it's easy to run off, this turn 10 being one of them. So corner cutting is strict in this league as we watch Dace TD go 103.9. World record time for this track is actually a 56.8, so a sub 1 minute time, significantly a sub 1 minute time. So we'll see if anyone can break that today. If we get any sub 1 minute times. Where's Pump on Purpose? He's coming around now, so he's on his outlap. So if you're new to the league, we do full qualifying here. Full qualifying with a 50% race. Turn 1 is the other area where it's quite easy to quarter cut. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that goes. We had a little bit of an issue with corner cutting in Mexico a few rounds ago, but I don't see that being an issue again here today. As we're watching my man Stuart Little come around, he's going to set a 103.9. Alright, so time's starting to roll in now. Just getting all set up here. Yeah, so time's starting to roll in now, so just trying to get everything sorted out here. Yeah, I think we got to sort it. Okay, cool. So Ted Water sits a 103. Where are we? Giamma. I've not seen Giamma before. He goes a 104.7. Oh, and we've got an off. We got an off. Where is that? Oh, that's around turn 8. All right, so that's Ben Rari. I've not seen Ben Rari. Come on, dude. How do I pronounce that? Ben Rory? Yeah, I'm going with Ben Rory. So, Dummy Lee sets a fast time of 103.6. Fun fact about Dummy Lee. So, I was sort of just doing some numbers during the week because, you know, I've got a bit of spare time on my hands. Only driver in this league to have not missed Q3 at all. So, he's been in Q3 every single race. So, we'll see if he can keep up that streak today. Alright, so we're just waiting on another 8 guys to leave the pits. Let's have a look at Constructors' Championship. So, on top by a fair way at the moment is the AlphaTauri guys on 111 points. Followed very closely by Ferrari. So Ferrari's just been houndsy so far for most of the season. He has a teammate tonight by the looks of it. So hopefully he can get some more points. He had Dace last week as well. As we're just keeping an eye on Giamma. So it's AlphaTauri from Ferrari. Then that's followed by Red Bull. So Red Bull have had some good results recently. And then you have the Mercedes of Mark of Kenya and Stuart Little who've had an interesting season so far. Some good results, some not so good results. Stuart Little's been a consistent performer in Q3 as well. So, didn't make it to Q3 last week. It was the only race that he hadn't made it out of Q3, into Q3. As we're watching Yerdis, the man from Lebanon, in the racing point, about to start his fast lap. See, Exotic's out, Kachow's out, both the Williams boys. Hounds is on his out lap. So Tiny Dark Spike yet to enter the fray. Maybe just biding his time. Perhaps confident in this circuit. He's good to go. Exotic just beginning his flying lap at the moment, his first flying lap. Let's see if Houndsy is about to set a time. No, oh, that was the other Ferrari, my mistake. So Yerdis just coming around turn 7 there. That's right on board with him, see how he's going. Ooh, runs a little bit wide there. This is a tricky turn 9, sort of downhill. Have to get that braking zone really right. You can run a bit wide there as well, so he keeps it all within the limits by the look of it. And sets a 103.9, so Yerdis setting a decent time there. He has only made it to Q3 once this year, so we'll have to see how he goes. If he can make it into Q3. Oh, was that Will Ann's heading off? It does, it is. So that's at turn 8. He's had an off-track incident there, so no damage. He can continue on. Ben Rory, he's a 104.8. Alright, so Mark and Kenya and Tiny Darspike get to head out on track. Mark and Kenya did this last week as well, so perhaps this is his strategy. We've got 9 minutes left. He's got plenty of time. There's Tiny Darspike in the Red Bull. He ventures out onto the track for the first time. Looks like Yerdis is going to come into the pits. This might be Stein coming around. He's already done a 103.6. So top 5 at the moment is Houndsy, Kachow, Exotic, the 2 Williams boys. Doing quite well there. Then Stein in the AlphaTauri and Dommy Lee in the Red Bull. Mr. Woot is about to start his lap. Good to see Mr. Woot again. Has he got the purple helmet this week? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, did he ever? Can't remember. I think I liked his helmet last week. I can't remember. Anyway, he's got a helmet on. That's the main thing, right? So where is he? He's coming up to turn 3. The uphill right-hander. It's the downhill braking for turn 4. Oh, I don't know what happened there. This is a real sort of, it's like a jigsaw piece part of the track. You have a look at the map, yeah, nice line through there. Got to get nice and wide. Kept it in 6. We do race with assists here, so I don't know who has what assists, but we do race with assists. Oh, he does run a bit wide. Looks like he's kept it validated, so he sets a 104. Let's have a look at how Tiny Darspy is going. Is the man from he's representing Iceland today with his Icelandic flag. Mark of Kenya is out on track. He's graced us with his presence with 7 minutes left to go. Here's Tiny Darspy navigating the final turn, turn 10. And he's going to set a 104.044 in the Red Bull. So, guys, at the drop zone risk is, well, Mark of Kenya hasn't set a time yet. Ben Rory in the Alpha, Giamma, Pump on Purpose, and just those 4. So we've only got 19 runners today. Almost got the full grid. So it looks like Mr. Woot is trying to set a time. The Welshman. And he's not going to move much further up the grid with that one. Mark of Kenya is about to start his lap. We're just with Andre at the moment. There's only about 8 cars on track currently. Both Ferraris are out there. Dace looks like he's starting his fast lap. Yeah, Giamma, alright. Giamma comes across the line in a 104. So he does improve his time significantly, nearly half a second. Tiny Darspy, he has gone a 104. Let's just try and keep an eye on the Mercedes of Mark of Kenya. Did this last week, set the fastest time, and then just wrapped off for the rest of the session. So, looks like he's going alright at the moment. This is about to just come around, final turn 9, turn 10. Double right-hander. Ooh, this looks like it could be alright. He goes a 103.6. So good enough for P6 at the moment. So it was worth the wait for Mark of Kenya. So Houndsy is currently P2 in the Drivers' Championship, so 75 points. Stein in the AlphaTauri is currently leading on 82. So these two have been having a little bit of a battle all year, the two Dutchmen. Houndsy's been a consistent qualifier as well, so he's gone into Q3. Well, he's gone into Q3 every week that he's raced, except one where he wasn't with us in round 4. But all other rounds he's been with us, he has gone into Q3. He's a race winner, so he's contending for the championship this year. All right, so we've got 4 minutes left, 4.5 minutes. Houndsy's going to come around. He's currently on a 103.5. That's not going to make him any better. Guys in the drop zone. Let's have a look. Delta Lima is going to head out. Who else? Andre, Pump on Purpose. So Pump on Purpose, he's had kind of a strange qualifying season this year. He's made it to Q3 twice, Q2 twice, and then not gotten out of Q1 once in Australia. So we'll see if he can kind of keep up the trend. Going by that, he'd be on for a good one today to get into Q3. This is Ben Rory. He is going to set a time of 105.1, so that's still not going to get him out of the drop zone. Looks like Delta Lima is about to start his fast lap as well. So Delta Lima, he's only made it to Q3 once. Oh, who was that? Was that? Oh, that might have been Ben Rory. Yeah, it was Ben Rory. Oh, Marky Kenya goes fastest at 103.4 with 3 minutes left in Q1. Looks like Delta Lima is up, but not by enough to get him out of the drop zone here. Mark of Kenya is retired from the session, so he's going, there you go, boys, I'm all done. See you later. I don't know what they drink in Iceland. Do they drink tea? Do they drink coffee? Hot chocolate? I don't know, but maybe he's getting a hot drink. Or a beer. Even better. Alright, so Pump on Purpose, he's in the pits at the moment. Andre's in the pits. Ben Rory is out there still. Delta Lima, let's see what he's got. Oh, I don't know if he's going to improve running that wide. Oh, he does. He does improve. He makes me eat my words. So 103.651. Good enough for P7 in the Renault. So that puts Toss the Caver in the drop zone. In P16, Giamma in the McLaren. I think he's beginning outlap at the moment. Or is that Will Ans? Yes, Giamma's beginning his outlap. So we have less than 2 minutes left in the session. So Toss the Caver, Giamma, Pump on Purpose, and Ben Rory need to get going. I think, yeah, Toss the Caver's out there, the Scotsman. So he's got his traditional Michael Schumacher red helmet on. How's Giamma going? Oh, Will Ans. Will Ans, he's near the drop zone. He's in P14 at the moment. He moves himself up into P19. So you'll feel a lot more safe about that. Being P9. Where are we here? Where's the other Ferrari? This is Dace. You've got Pump on Purpose. Andre's in the pits, just trying to keep up with it all. I think Mr. Woot he's out here, so he's P13 at the moment. I think Giamma is about to head across the line. He is. He's not going to improve with that time. What about Toss the Caber? What's he got? He has got a... Ooh, he's improved his time. And he's sitting currently P15. So a very precarious position for the Scotsman. He could still be eliminated from this session. So Tiny Darth Spike is not going to improve his time. Giamma, no. Dace TG, he's P14, so he'll want to try and slip. Oh, he seems quite confident. He's going to pit. Do we have a... Looks like a Pump on Purpose. Oh no, I think Pump on Purpose is out. He might have had... Looks like he's done himself a mischief around turn 5, turn 6. So it looks like he's out. We'll get to it in a minute because I don't want to miss this. Toss is trying to set another fast time. Looks like he might have even set a Sector 2 purple time. He's in P15 at the moment. Oh, runs a little bit wide around turn 10. But goes a 103.6. So that's good enough to comfortably get through to Q2. What about Tiny Darth Spike? He's improved his time slightly. He's up. I think he might squeak through into Q2. Yes, he does with a 103.6, so good enough for 12th position. And yeah, I think the McLaren missed out as well. So I think that's it. So looks like it's Ben Rory is P20. Pump on Purpose. We'll get to him in a second. We'll see if he what happened to him if he crashed out. Giamma in the McLaren in P18, and then Dace TG in the Ferrari. The 4 out of the race. Not 4 out of the race, out of Q, eliminated in Q1. Let's see what happened to Pump on Purpose. Ah, I don't know what happened to Pump on Purpose. Doesn't look like anything happened to him. We'll see. He's out of Q1 anyway. As we get ready to go into Q2, didn't look like there was any incidents. Nah, so not bad for Q1. Exceeding track limits, only 3 warnings, 2 to Will, 1 to Delta Lima. So not bad. Everyone going with the soft tyre, so that's pretty standard around here. Soft compound tyre roughly get you about 15 laps around the Red Bull Ring, around this 4.3 kilometre circuit. Medium, you're looking at probably around about sort of 20 to 22. So it's generally a soft medium strategy around here. We may have some people outside of the top 10 decide to go with a medium soft strategy, but I don't think that's really going to make it work with such a short track. But stranger things have happened as we begin Q2. So good to see Will Ans in Q2. So this is his 4th appearance in Q2. Is today going to be the day that he can actually... Oh no, sorry, it's his 2nd appearance in Q2. So can this be the day that he makes it into Q3 in that other McLaren? Alright, who's going out first? Delta Lima. Is it Mark of Kenya? Mark of Kenya is going out first. So the man who went out last in Q1 is coming out first in Q2. Looks like they're on the he's on the mediums. I think that's Delta Lima behind him in the Renault. He's on the softs. So let's see what Mark of Kenya has got. He's had a bit of an interesting season this year. So he's had a fastest lap. He's had a spectacular crash. He finished 2nd in Brazil in round 4. So yeah, it's been a bit up and down. Other than that, he's had a couple of 9th place finishes and a 10th place finish. And he had the fastest lap in round 2. So we'll see how he goes today. He's on the medium. His teammate Stuart Little is also out there as well. He's made it through to Q2. Good thing about Austria is it is such a short circuit, only 4.3 kilometres, 10 turns. So you can kind of get through the laps pretty quick. I dare say it might take a couple of laps for him to warm up his tyres to get him to... Ooh, his rear tyres will be nice and warm after that. So it looks like he's abandoned that lap. Let's get on board with Delta Lima. So Delta Lima, he's made it through to Q3 once this year, once this season. So will today be the day that he makes it through to Q3 again? He was Q3 in round 2. I like this part of the circuit. It's going to have a nice flow to it. Get that right tyre right out there. This is a tough turn, this one. Downhill braking, hit the apex, 2nd apex. Oh, that looks nice. That's some nice driving from Delta Lima. So he set the time of a 103.6. So I think we were in the 103s in Q1. I didn't write it down. Mark Kenya, he pulled out 4. So Mark, yeah, it was 112.8. Will Ans is on the out lap. Who else is out there? Tuss the Caber, I think. Yeah, because there's only 1 alpha in Q2. And he goes to 104.6, so a little bit slower. So, exactly a 2nd slower than Delta Lima. Kachow sets a 103.5 to go fastest so far. What's his teammate Exotic got? Exotic sets a 103.8. Alright. Alright, so we've got that's Delta Lima. Is this Andre? It is Andre. Ooh, one's very wide. Ooh. A little bit untidy. He sets a 104.6, so I don't know if that will be enough to get the job done at the moment. Ooh, that was he's had a bit of a mischief there, so he'll get that back going. Looks like Will is on his five place grid penalty collision with Toss the Caber, Mark of Kenya. Oh dear. So looks like Toss is out as well. Oh no. Is he out, or I'm not too sure what's happened there. I didn't catch it. So Houndsy's on his out lap. Where's Donny Lee? Is he setting another fast one? No, he isn't. So he's set the weatherman. He's set a 103.2. Speaking of Donny Lee, I really should check for his weather updates. What else do we have out there? Mr. Woot, the Welshman. Looks like the race could be a dry, wet, dry race. So this could be interesting. Mr. Woot sets a 1:15.9, so he'll probably want to try and up that time. Mark of Kenya coming in, so I don't know, has the game glitched somehow? I'm not too sure what's happened there. Who's that? What about Houndsy? What's P2 in the championship? A 104.4. So good enough for 8th at the moment. Looks like Stuart Little's going around. He's coming into the pits. Ted Wardo's on his out lap. So we might jump on board with Ted Wardo. Oh, what sort of helmet has he got this week? Reddish, red, white. I'm not sure. Ted Wardo, he's been a pretty consistent performer in qualifying. He's made it through to Q3 3 times. So Q2 twice out of the 5 races. So we'll see if he can keep his streak up. Let's see if we can get into Q3 again in the Racing Point. Mr. Woot is out there. Delta Lima. Tiny Darth Spike I think he's going into the pits. I'll try and keep up with it all. So there's only one Ferrari. Houndsy, I believe, is crossing the line. He proves his time on a 104. 104.025. So drop zone contenders with just under 8 minutes left is Mr. Woot Stein, our championship leader, but he's yet to set a time yet. Ted Wardo comes across the line with a 104.1, so that's currently good enough for P8. So yeah, championship leader Stein is out there at the moment. So we haven't seen too much of him yet, but he's about to begin his fast lap. Houndsy's on the mediums. Looks like Toss the Caber has rejoined. So I wonder if that was a glitch. I'm not too sure. Looks like Houndsy's going pretty slow. Will Anns is about to begin his hot lap. So Will yet to make it through to Q3 this season. We're out season 3 of the Nemesis Racing League. Is today the day? Is today the day that Will makes it through to Q3? Can he step up for his absent teammate, Cornet, who's not here at the moment? I don't know where he is. I just know that he's not here. Looks like he's pulled out of that. Alright, let's go to Stein, championship leader. This is his first attempt. He's on the mediums. Is he going to pit? Looks like he is, yes. Alright, so perhaps the mediums weren't to his liking, and he said, I've had enough of that. So he'll have another run shortly. We're back on board with Will Ans. Pretty quiet track at the moment. There's only about 6 guys out there. Is this a bit of Valtteri Bottas lawn mowing company business from Ted Water there? I'm not too sure. Can't see any damage, so he looks alright. I think maybe he's just excessively getting out of the way there. I think Mark of Kenya is out there as well. Yep, so he's following Tiny Darth Spike. The other Huss is out there of Andre. So Andre's made it through to Q3 once. Last week was his first visit to Q3. Can he make it 2 weeks in a row? We wait with bated breath. What about Will Ans? So Will Ans is significantly up on his last time. Runs pretty wide out of the final turn. Goes second. So a 103.3. The man wants to get to Q3. He's putting his hand up. Delta Lima goes P3 with a 103.4. So Will Ans says, I want to get into Q3 this week. I've not been there yet. Let me in. And he's knocking down the door to do it. Here's the other Red Bull. So Domi Lee's currently P1 at the moment. What's his teammate, Tiny Darth Spike? Ben Smith goes P11. So he's still, he drops straight down to P12. Alright, he's in the drop zone. Andre, you're not going to improve your time with that time. I wonder if Delta Lima is on a fast time. No, he isn't. Alright, so we've got 4 minutes left. It's Domi Lee with a 103.2, Will Ans and Delta Lima, Kachow, Stuart Little, Mark of Kenya, all still in the 103s. Yurtis, Exotic, the runners in the 103. Houndsy's, yeah, he's in risk of the drop zone at the moment. He's 104, first of the 104 runners. Ted Watto behind him, Andre in the Haas, Tiny Darth Spike. I'm just going to call him Ben Smith. Tiny Darth Spike's too hard. Toss the Caber. I'm not too sure what happened to him. There's a grid penalty for a collision with Mark of Kenya. Mark of Kenya's got the grid penalty. Stein, our championship leader, still yet to set a time. He's made it through to Q3 every round bar 1, which was round 2. He didn't make it through. Made it through to Q2. What's the championship leader got for us? He's gone back to the softs. So it looked like the mediums weren't exactly working for him. He's gone back to the soft tyres. Looks like it's working. He set a purple sector 1. I think Ted Wardo's out on his out lap at the moment. He is in P10, so he'll be wanting to try and cement another position in Q3. So Stein, the Dutchman, just very, very consistent driver. Doesn't make many mistakes. He's actually quite good to watch. You know, he's just very smooth. Is fast as well, that always helps. He runs pretty wide out of the final turn there. And he sets a 103.7, so good enough for 7th. I don't know how comfortable he'll feel with that. Perhaps he's got a bit more in him, not too sure. So Andre's going to try and improve his time with less than 2 minutes to go. I think he was 3/10 up. Runs pretty wide through turn 9 and turn 10 as well. Sets a 103.6, so that's good enough for P6 for Andre in the Haas. What about Ted Watto? Is he going to go again? He's in P12. He's at risk of dropping out and not making it through to Q3 at the moment. Hounsey is too. So P2 in the championship. He's made it through to Q3 every race he's raced. He's currently at the moment at risk. He's in P11 with a 104. First of the 104 runners. Ted Wardo running very wide. He comes across with a 103.6, so good enough for 7. So Ted Wardo wants to keep his streak of Q3 performances going. Tiny Darth Spike is on his outlap at the moment. Exotic beginning his outlap. His Williams teammate Kachow is on the outlap as well. I always forget which one. Oh no! Oh, he's kept it on the track. So we're on board with Exotic. So the American, or representing America, had a little off there through turn 1. So he'll have to reset and go again. Hounsey goes a 104.025, so still not fast enough to crack the top 10. He's at serious risk now with... This is it for Hounsey. We're 10 seconds left in the session, and he's currently sitting in P12. Tiny Darth Spike, he's up by half a second, so he's in the drop zone. What can he do as he comes around the final turn? Turn 10, runs wide. Everyone's been running wide through there so far today. And he gets into P9 for now. It's I think it's Kachow will be first of the Williams. He's up, he's gone into P1. So Kachow just sets a blistering time. Exotic, he's called it. What do you got, Hounsey? Can the Dutchman make it through to Q3? He can with a P4. All right, so he left it to the last minute. What about Mr. Woot? Can he improve his time? He can only do P11. So he didn't make it through. So Hounsey gave us a little bit of excitement there. Mr. Woot in P11. Stein, our championship leader, is in P12, so he didn't make it out of Q2. Yerdis in P13, Exotic in P14. And who else did we have after him? Toss the Caber in P15. So they're the exiting drivers at the moment. Mr. Woot, Stein, and Toss the Caber. Dommy Lee set a 103.241 for that session. But as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a dry, wet, dry race. So this could be super interesting. So Stein, the shock Q3 exitor there. Well, he actually has missed out on Q3 once this season. So that makes it twice this season for him. Alright, so it's Kachow, Will Ans. Well done to Will Ans. His first visit to Q3 this season. Ted Wardo, Mark of Kenya, Andre, Tiny Darth Spike. So it looks like the only team that's in there, both cars, it is the Red Bull. Oh no, Mercedes. Strong pairing, these two. Mark of Kenya, Stuart Little. What about the Williams boys? No, they're not in there. So it's both teams, Mercedes and Red Bull. Very similar to real life. All right, 12 minutes to get it done to set the top 10 qualifying positions for Season 3, Round 6 of the Nemesis Racing League. Thanks for joining us, whether you're with us live, whether you're with us on replay. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe wherever you are in the world. Whether it's Southern Hemisphere and it's nice and warm, or whether it's the Northern Hemisphere where it seems a little bit chilly at the moment. Alright, so Delta Lima makes another appearance in Q3. So this is his second appearance in Q3. Dommy Lee has continued with his Q3 appearances as well. So he's gone 6 races in a row Interesting stat about Dommy Lee. Of all the Dommy Lee and Hounsey actually, P7 person at the moment. Of all the race winners, they're the only two. We've had 5 race winners, 5 different race winners in this league so far this season. Of the 5 different race winners, only 2 have not been voted driver of the day, which is Dommy Lee and Hounsey. So interesting. When Dommy Lee does get into Q3 though, he does usually convert. So he's converted those into 4 points appearances, including a race win. So if the man gets into Q3, it's usually a good result. Alright, so we're just sticking with Delta Lima, because he was the first driver out. Not sure about the helmet. I don't know. I don't like the green with the red and the blue. I would have thought white, but, you know, then that's Russia, so, yeah, I don't know. Good to see him in Q3 though. Alright, so the 103.2 was the time set in Q2. Ooh, a little bit scruffy there, but that's alright. Dive for the line. Goes a 103.7, so that's not a bad start. Will Ends is going into the pits. Is this Mark of Kenya? It is Mark of Kenya. What's he got? He is going to set a 103.5, so not a bad time there. Ted Waters on his out lap. Stuart Little, my man Stuart Little. I like Stuart Little's helmet. Beautiful helmet. Here goes P2, so it's a Mercedes front row lockout at the moment. Kachow says, stuff you. I'm going to break that party up. And he goes a 103 flat, so he's the closest we've had to 102s today. Hounsey with a 103.4, so significantly faster than his Q2 lap. Andre, so maybe Hounsey's found a little bit of pace, or he's been sandbagging. Perhaps he's been sandbagging. Andre goes a 103.9 in P6. Delta Lima's coming into the pits. Will Ann's yet to set a time. Ted Wardo's on his first flying lap. So yeah, Kachow almost into the 102s. Would be the first venture into 102 territory today. As Ted Wardo comes across the line with a 104.1. Where's Dommy Lee? He's coming around turn 6 and 7 at the moment. So we've got a yellow flag upcoming, but that doesn't seem to have interrupted him too much. So can the man who's made it to Q3 every race this season, can he put it on pole? Ooh, runs pretty wide there. 103.049. He puts forward a very, very good case. So we're inching closer and closer to the infamous 1 minute 02 time with Tiny Darspike. Ben Smith, he's about to begin his fast lap. Will Ans is out there on his lap as well, so was interrupted last time. But we'll keep it with Ben Smith at the moment in the other Red Bull. Can he put it on the front row with his teammate? We'll have to see. But yeah, Dommy Lee and Kachow have come the closest to setting a 102. Tiny Darspike has set a purple first sector. So the Red Bull's looking fast at the moment. Everyone in the 103s, or Ted Waters almost there. He's a 104.1. So that's the first run. It's 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left in Q3. Dommy Lee, yep, he's just coming in at the moment. So let's stick with the other Red Bull. Yeah, I like this helmet. I like that one. That's nice. I like the fluorescent green because it tells me he's there. Anyway, so what's Tiny Darspike? Can he get on the front row? No, he can't. He can't. He can get on the fourth row though. So the last person to set a time in this Q3 session is the first timer, is Will Anns. And I don't think he's going to set a time on that. No, he's not. Houndsy's beginning his out lap. So he'll want to try and snag a pole position. He's had one pole. He was on pole in Australia. So he's not had a pole position since. Perhaps he's after a second one today. Rounds the final turn, turn 10. What's he got for us? Turn 1, clips that corner nice. Oh no, he's upset the car too much. He's pulled out. He said, nah, I'm not having it. He'll have to reset and go again. We've got Mark of Kenya who's out there. Looks like he's on a fast lap, I think. Looks like he possibly is. Yeah, it's looking like it. All right, so he's in he's set a 103.5. He's currently in P4. No, he's not. He's coming in. That's what I thought. The Haas of Andre is looking for his second run in Q3. As he begins, whacks open the DRS, heads up the hill to turn 1. Ooh, rides that curb, nice. So Andre, aggressive from the get-go. Tricky turn, turn 3. Seems to navigate that all right. Hits the DRS. This little left-hand kink. Downhill braking zone. Gets onto the ripple strip. Car looks pretty balanced. No real issues at the moment. It's looking like a pretty tidy lap so far. Yeah, you want to run as wide as possible there, as legally as possible. Through turns 7 and 8. So he set a purple sector, Andre. This is looking like a good lap. Oh no! He lost. Oh. Commentator's curse. Sorry, Andre. That was looking like a really, really tidy lap. Stuart Little, what sort of lap are you putting in? You're a 103.6 at the moment. He's P5. What can he set with just under 3 minutes left in the session? He's going to go a 103.5, so he improves his time slightly. Still in P4. Looks like Houndsy is coming out of the pits. He's going to begin his final run. Ted Wardo is on an outlap. A couple of guys on an outlap, so is Delta Lima. So Ted Wardo, let's ride on board with him. We'll see if he's looking all right. Tiny Darspite stays out of the way, coming out of the pits for his entry into the circuit in the Red Bull. Yeah, he navigates turn 3 all right. That's fine. It's the DRS. Not too sure if Ted Wardo uses a controller or uses a wheel. Usually you can kind of tell by the steering movements. Usually a little bit sort of, might be using a wheel, I'm not sure. Tidy lap so far. Didn't run as wide through there as Andre did. Let's see if he can navigate turn 10 though. Andre got it crossed up at turn 9. Easy to do. He's got through there alright. That's pretty wide. But he goes at P7 with a 103.8. I think it's Dummy Lee coming across the line. He goes faster again. So 103.049. Will's about to start his final lap. This is make or break for him because he hasn't set a time yet and we've got 47 seconds left. Delta Lima currently in P6 with a 103.7. Can he improve that time as we watch Andre run wide behind him? What about Andre? He goes P6, so he improves his time by 3/10. We've got Kachow, goes a 103.079. So just misses out on improving his time. He's currently in P2. By the judging by that aggressiveness over turn 1 curb, he might be going for another hot lap. Stuart Little and Mark of Kenya. I think maybe Stuart Little was trying to give Mark of Kenya a little bit of a toe there. He's on his outlap. Tiny Darth Spike. Oh, was that someone turned around? Not too sure. Tiny Darth Spike, he's in P9 at the moment. And he is gone into P8. So Will Ans, he comes across the line at 103.9. Ted Wardo's coming into the pits. Delta Lima, what does he have? Looks like Andre's had a little bit of an off around turn 4 there. Delta Lima's currently P7 with a 103.7. Has a dive for the line. Goes faster, but still stays in P7. What about Hounsey? Hounsey's had 1 pole. Can he make it 2 poles for the season? Or is it going to be Dommy Lee's for this round? Oh, he goes fastest with a 103.035. So Hounsey, 2 pole positions so far this year. Who can upset him? No one. So it looks like he's going to lock that in. Unless Mark of Kenya can pull something out of the bag here. He can't. He goes P4. Wow. All right. Hounsey, cracking lap. Seemed to have struggled a bit in the previous qualifying sessions, but Hounsey, our man, the Dutchman, has put it on pole from Dommy Lee in the Red Bull. Then we've got Kachow of the Williams. We got the 2 Mercedes boys. So Mark of Kenya and Stuart Little usually are sort of pretty well matched. I reckon they're the most evenly balanced team of the league. So we'll just finish off the standings there. So good effort from Andre in P6. You got Delta Lima in P7. Then Tiny Darth Spike of the Red Bull in P8. The American Ted Wardo in P9. And Will Ans with his first appearance in Q3. He gets a P10. So a 103.035. That's a fast time. We're in the 103s. We didn't manage to get into the 102s. How people are doing sub-minute times around the circuit is just absolutely ridiculous. So let's wait to get started for round 6 of the Nemesis Racing League Series Season 3. Mark of Kenya will have that grid penalty though. So I think it was a 5-place grid penalty. So he's going to start P9. So that'll move Stuart Little up into P4. As you can see, we've already got a little bit overcast conditions. So yeah, it's scheduled for a dry, wet, dry race. This could be very exciting. Just had it pointed out, I didn't realise that, but the so evenly balanced that the Mercedes actually set at the same time. I didn't quite catch that, so my apologies for that. So we see, yeah, Mark of Kenya's dropped down with that 5-place grid penalty. Good to see Toss the Caber has been able to get back in, so that's good. Alright, so let's wait for them all to come around. So it's going to be a 36 lap race. Soft medium, so lap 12 to 16 is generally your stop there for the soft runners. Everyone has qualified, so Mr. Woot and Stein have gone the contrarian strategy there with the P11 and 12 on the mediums. Toss the Caber and Dace in the other Ferrari. He's gone medium. Pump on purpose. He only started running on the hards. So hards around here can last around about 27 laps. Ben Rory has gone in the medium strategy as well. So with rain scheduled, it's interesting calls to see because rain is scheduled mid-race. So yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. Better those guys out there than me. Let's see how they go. So Hounsey bring them around. Very short lap around here. So it was a quick formation lap. Looks like we've all got around all right. But good to see Toss the Cavers back, P15. As they start to grid up. We're about to begin round 6 of the Nemesis Racing League Season 3. So hopefully this is the camera angle because this will be pretty good. So the front row of Hounsey and Dommy Lee, Kachow in the Williams, Stuart Little on the second row. Oh no, Mr. Woot. Anyway, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are racing. So it looks like Hounsey got a pretty good start there. Oh, that was Kachow. Got it pretty loose. Stuart Little's going to try and make a move on him. Tiny Darth Spike got a good start there. Looks like everyone's made it through turn 1. Oh no, Toss! Is it Toss the Cat? No, it's Ben Rory. Ben Rory's out. Ben Rory spun. He hit the fence, so he's out. He lasted till turn 1. So do we have a safety car? We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got a safety car. All right, so that was Ben Rory. He was, it looked like he hit the wall pretty hard too. So he's out. Ben Rory is out. He's brought out the safety car as well. So safety car, a rare appearance. I think it's only the second appearance in this season. I think we had one in Australia. Melbourne was crazy. It was people going off left, right, and centre, and it was pretty intense. But we haven't had a safety car since, I believe. So only the second safety car of the season. As it's Dommy Lee has led us away, Hounsey, Kachow, Tiny Darth Spike. So we didn't really get a chance to have much of a racing pace, if you like. We did kind of see Ben Rory go off in the background, but Exotic made up quite a few positions in the short time that we were racing. He was a big winner. Delta Lima dropped down 4th, So did Mr. Woot. Yurtis dropped 5 positions as well. Dommy Lee did manage to get into the lead. So is that a good omen for him? Could he get his second win of the season? Let's see. So they're all bunched nice and tight together because we didn't really get much racing completed. Mr. Woot, 5-second penalty, severe collision with Dace. So is there any damage to any of those cars? That's Dace. What about Mr. Woot? Does he have any damage? No, he doesn't. Alright, so maybe he's just run up the back of him there. Not sure what's happened. Alright, so I dare say we should go racing at the end of this lap. Hopefully. They're all bunched up. I don't see why there would be any other reason to not. But who knows? Alright, looks like we are going to have another lap. The lights are still flashing. Okay, so hopefully, fingers crossed, this is the last lap of safety car. We're already on lap 3, and it's starting to rain. All right, we've got rain. We've got rain visible on the screen. Oh, it's not. And if this is the last lap of the safety car, or is it heavy enough to? Is it heavy enough to pit? Who's going to be brave enough? The man I think of straight away in this sort of situation was Stein, who was actually the last time we had a safety car was Melbourne, and he made the right decision when it was raining. He pitted while he was in the lead the last couple of laps, and it ended up being the absolute right decision. Has Mr. Woots made the call? So does he know something that the others don't? Or is it just he has nothing to lose because he's in P18? So he's already made the move to the intermediates. Let's see if any of the front runners are going to duck in, because this should most definitely be lights out on the safety car, surely, on this lap. I don't see any other reason why, but I said that before, so I don't know. Here we go. All right, Andre has a 5-second penalty as well for a severe collision with Stuart Little. So we'll try and catch up on that. But is anyone... Dommy Lee's going to pit. Dommy Lee's pitting. Who else is pitting? No, he's not pitting. Sorry, I thought he was. My mistake. He's not. All right, so you've got to keep going. So we're back under racing. So it's Dommy Lee leading away from Hounsey, leading from Kachow and the second Red Bull, Tiny Darth Spike. Navigates turn 1 all right. Does everyone else get through there? There's no spinners. I don't see anyone who's gone to the pits. Ted Wardo ran wide there and he's lost a position to Exotic in the Williams. So they've swapped for P8, P9. That's Will Ans. He was Q3 Virgin today. Popped his cherry. He's in P11. Looks like everyone's made it through nice and easy. Good. No front wings. Oh, Mr. Wood, he's struggling. It's not wet enough, Mr. Wood. It's not wet enough. All right. He took the chance, though. Anyway, we'll get back to him. So, Dommy Lee. Oh, how slippery is it getting now? This is going to separate the men from the boys. Who can stay out there the longest? Who's going to make the right call? Mr. Woot made the call, but it doesn't look like it's the right call at the moment. It's Dommy Lee leading them away. It's a 1.3 second gap at the moment. Exotic making the move on Andre. Pump on Purpose has moved up. Yerdis has moved past. Dace TG has pitted. Can Will Ans get past Delta Lima in the Renault? Oh, looks like Andre's putting the move on Ted Wardo. Oh, can he make it stick? It's going to be a race down to turn 3. Ted Wardo trying to go around the outside. Oh, they're going to be side by side going into turns. Oh, Ted Wardo gets the job done. Nice move, considering the conditions as well. That was great racing. So Andre, oh no, Will, what's happened? Will, he is struggling. So they're going 3 wide here through turn 9. Toss the Capers involved in this. So is our championship leader Stein. Will's going to pit. Toss goes up a position. Yerdis and Giamma, they're dropping down. Pump on Purpose, he's pitted. Will's pitted as well. So a few guys now starting to make the call to go on to the intermediates. So there's Dace, Will Ans, Pump on Purpose and Mr. Woot have all gone on to the intermediates so far. No one at the front yet, as we see Tiny Darspike getting it a little bit loose there. He's coming under pressure from the Mercedes of Stuart Little. Mark of Kenya, even with the grid penalty, he's still moved himself up into 4th position. So he has a lot of pace in that car. Oh no! Oh, they're both off. They're both off. So there's Stuart Little and Tiny Darthspike. They've both spun. That was around turn 7. Turn 7 and 8. Oh, we're so lucky that we got ghosting on because that could have been real bad. Stuart Little would have been cleaned up. So I don't think it's enough to call the safety car. We've got a yellow flag here. So looks like the rush for the pits has begun. What about the front runners? So Dommy Lee and Hounsey have all stayed out. So they're not pitting. Everyone else is pitted pretty much. So how are they looking at the moment? It's pretty close between these two. You would hope that they haven't left it too late and they make a mistake. I wonder if they're going to try and keep their strategy. So they're just all out by themselves at the moment. Because Hounsey's struggling a little bit there. Doesn't look like it too much. Alright, so is Dommy Lee going to pit? I think he is. Looks like it. Yep, they are. Alright, the front runners are going to pit. So they'll go on to the intermediate. And it's going to be Kachow and Mark of Kenya. They've both pitted already. And I think they may have made the right call to go in a lap early. And Dommy Lee and Hounsey might find themselves that they've made a slight mistake. Maybe not. As they come around the final turn there. The tyres are going to be warm as well. They're going to be up to temperature. As Hounsey and Dommy Lee just coming out of the pit lane now. And I think Chow, yes. So he goes into P2. Dommy Lee's managed to stay into P1. And now Hounsey's going to come under severe pressure from... Oh, Hounsey's gone onto the hards. Hounsey's on the hards. I don't know what's happened there. He's gone onto the hards for some reason. Was it a glitch? Was it a mistake? Whatever it is, he's on the hards now. So he's going to have to pit again because the rain is getting harder now. So maybe he's made a mistake there. Our pole sitter, one in Australia... And he's made a big mistake there. He's on the hards. So I'm not too sure what has happened. But he's going to be struggling big time now. He's not going to be able to keep on the track. Surely he didn't do this on purpose. Could not have. Here's Mr. Woot. Mr. Woot's moved himself up into P5. So he was the first person to go onto the intermediates. And he's now in P4 and Hounsey's dropping like a rock. So he has made a big mistake. Alright, so he's going to have to rectify that as we see Ted Wardo. Mr. Woot in P4, the Welshman. Alright, I made the wrong call on you. I do apologise, Mr. Woot. So pump on purpose, he seems to be dropping quite rapidly. Oh no, Mr. Woot's left the session. Maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know. Oh, and Ted Wardo's taken him. What's going on, Mr. Woot? He's ghosting out. It's been a bit of a buggy race today. Will Ann's fighting it out with... Oh no! He's hit Dace there. Oh, he almost hits his teammate as well. Is there damage to that Ferrari? I'm not too sure, but these three are all... It's battling it out. Andre's been able to take that position back from Dace. You got the two McLarens, a Ferrari and a Haas in there at the moment. All battling it out for 10, 11 and 12. Mr. Woot, are you still ghosting out? Where have you gone, Mr. Woot? But that's opened the door for Toss the Caber in the Michael Schumacher helmet. He's in P8. So he started P15. What about this battle? These two are fighting like cats and dogs at the moment, Andre and Dace. The lead out in front, though, is 1.4 seconds. Hounsey's in P15. Mr. Woot is dropping like a stone. But Hounsey's in P15 after that bungled pit stop where he's gone onto the hard tyres and not the intermediate. We're going to watch him closely and we'll see if he can make his way through the field from P15. I dare say his hopes for a race win, though, possibly evaporated. We begin lap 10 of 36, so we're almost a third race distance already. I'm not too sure what's happened to Mr. Woot, but he seems to be ghosting out pretty hard at the moment. Said that he did leave the session, so perhaps he's having connection issues. Yep, not too sure what's happened there, and he's getting overtaken by everyone now. This is Will. Looks like he's just recently taken Andre again. Rain seems to be pretty steady at the moment. What have we got here? So Exotic giving chase to Ted Wardo. This is for P4, P5. The gap out in front, it's Dommy Lee, is leading by 9/10 of a second. About a second lead at the moment. Dommy Lee has over Kachow. Ooh, that looks like he's struggling to get it around that turn there. So this is a good result for Kachow. He had Brazil. I think he had a bit of an incident in Brazil on the first lap. Both Williams boys did. Had a great drive. From the rear of the field though. Oh, looks like Yurtis has retired. Perhaps he's had a incident there. No, he's just retired. Alright. Oh, across the pit lane. Exit white line. So he's got a warning. That's Hounsey. Alright, let's get back to it. Not too sure what's happened to Yurtis. So it's Kachow giving chase to Dommy Lee on lap 12. Of round 6 of the Nemesis Racing League. Just getting all the gaps now. Ted Wardo, good job from Ted Wardo. He's up to P4. So he's having an excellent race. He's loving Austria at the moment. He's followed by the other Williams, Exotic in P5. Our championship leader, Stein, has moved up to 6th. So he started, I think, P12. So he's done well to move up into a good position at the moment. It's a long way to play out, so he could still even be on track for a podium. Mark of Kenya is in P3. He started P9 after his 5 grid place penalty. So he's done well to work himself up through the field. Will Ann's still there in 9th, on board with Pump on Purpose. Got a nice little train here. Toss the Cabers worked his way up into 7th. Hounsey's in 14th at the moment. He's coming up on the back of Tiny Darspike in the other Red Bull. Oh, Giamma runs a little bit wide there. So it looks like the rain's still pretty consistent. Doesn't look like it is easing up. Still grey skies above. We'll keep an eye on that, because it is scheduled to go a dry, wet, dry race. So it will dry up towards the end. We'll just have to see how close to the end it does become dry. So this is Tiny Darspike. So he's starting to become... He's starting to get hassled now. Oh, does he run up the back of Giamma? He's got Hounsey right behind him. After that bungled pit stop, and then he crossed the line. He's going to get that job done on Tiny Darspike. So Hounsey moves up into P13. Oh no! That's a big accident. That's Andre. Andre's off. Andre's off. So does he have damage? Doesn't look like he has too much damage. He can continue. So Stuart Little, what's happened to Stuart Little? He's down in P15. Not too sure what's happened to him. He was up there. He started P5. So not too sure what's happened to him there. All right, let's get back to it. Hounsey on a charge. Next on the list is Giamma in the McLaren. Keeping an eye up the front there. It's still a second gap between Dommy Lee and Kachow. So Dommy Lee doing a great job at the moment. Just holding the lead, that 9/10 to a second. Exotic. He's half a second from Ted Wardo. Let's see if Hounsey can put the move on coming out of turn 3 here. Coming out of turn... no, turn 1, sorry. Yeah, turn 1, my mistake. We'll go up the inside. Oh, big lock up. Gianna's got the inside line though. He's going to force him wide. Hounsey doesn't mind though, because that'll give him the inside run for this turn coming up. Yeah, he does run a bit wide. Oh, he runs too wide. Oh, Gianna! Gianna spins! And he's got damage to the front wing as well. Oh dear. Alright, so he was looking a little bit ragged. Stuart Little. Oh, there goes Mr. Wirt. He's moved up into P13. So the wet conditions look like they got the better of Giamma there in the McLaren. So he drops out. Stein is still up in P6. Oh, the gap has closed. So it's 3/10 at the moment. So was there a mistake from Dommy Lee? I'm not too sure. But Kachow is all over the gearbox of the Red Bull at the moment. They're coming through turn 6 and turn 7 at the moment. Loving Kachow's helmet. So I think Dommy Lee might have made a little bit of a mistake there. I'm not too sure. It's a half a second gap still. Okay, so try and keep an eye on that. Just looking through the rest of the field for some other battles, but it seems like we're all right at the moment. We've got 2 DNFs, so Yurtis and Ben Rory. So Ben Rory was that first lap incident, and Yurtis was, I think, not long after the safety car restarted, after the safety car period. Bit of a brake lock up, those glowing red brakes of Kachow there. Nice camera angle. I'd give you stats about how hot the brakes are, but I'm not that much of a nerd. Kachow putting a lot of pressure on Dommy Lee at the moment. Kachow is a fast driver. He is fast. He's no slouch. Neither is Dommy Lee. So this is going to be a good battle between the two. So it's Dommy Lee from Kachow, from Mark Kenya in P3. He's 4.4 seconds off this lead. There he is. The man representing Iceland today. Yeah, Kachow, he's all over him. I wonder where he's faster. Dommy Lee goes defensive. Even in the wet conditions, Kachow still brave enough to get all over those curbs. He's got a good run on him here out of turn 1. This is for P1 at the moment. Dommy Lee putting up a good fight for Kachow. Pulls it up in time into turn 2. Dommy Lee runs very wide there. They're still going to fight, so they're going to take the fight down to turn 3. No, the turn 4. And Kachow's got the inside line. And he's been able to get through. But this is good racing, the side by side. Dommy Lee takes it back coming through turn 6. So Dommy Lee was able to fight him off, fight Kachow off. Oh, Mr. Woot, what are you doing, son? Alright, so Kachow putting up a fight, big fight at the moment. Ted Watto in 4th is behind Mark of Kenya. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, so yeah, Ted Watto. It's sort of bugging out. We've got a virtual safety car. So virtual. Oh, Mr. Woot. Oh, so Mr. Woot's caused that virtual safety car. So, and Ted Watto's Mark of Kenya's pitted. So he's going on to the mediums. All right, so the rain is easing up. Mark of Kenya has made the brave decision to go on to the mediums. Good time to do it as well. So we were sort of enamoured with that, with the battle between Kachow and Dommy Lee. So enamoured that we actually didn't notice that it stopped raining. So quite a few guys are pitting now. Yeah, so it's Mark of Kenya's gone onto the mediums. Stein tossed the K-bar. Houndsy's just got to drive. Jarman's got to drive through penalties, speeding under the virtual safety car. Houndsy's got some sort of penalty. I'm not too sure what that is. But Stein tossed the K-bar. Will Ans and Pump on Purpose have all gone onto the medium tyres. Dace TG's gone onto the hard, so he'll be able to get through to the end of the race. Tiny Dark Spikes on the mediums as well. So, who was that? Was that Will Ans? Will Ans, yes. So he's on the medium, so maybe he struggled with the wet conditions still. He's dropped down to P4. He's having a lot of trouble at the moment. Just getting the power down. Alright. Jarman's only just... What's Jarman? Jarman's gone back onto the intermediates. Don't know if that was the right call. Looks like Delta Lima's going onto the mediums, replacing his front nose. I think that was a Williams in the pits then. Dommy Lee and Kachow have both pitted. So has Kachow gone back onto intermediates? Yes, he has. So it's been quite a calamitous day in terms of pit stops, because I'm pretty sure Kachow didn't want to go back onto the intermediate tyres. So that is... I don't think that's going to turn out very well for him, because we're back under racing conditions. And Dommy Lee's in P2. Ted Watto's inherited the lead. He's out in front, but he's on the intermediate tyres. He hasn't pitted. So you might still find that there's enough pace for the intermediate at the moment, but that pendulum's soon going to swing towards the medium runners. So the track is drying, so Kachow is going to have to pit. Mark of Kenya was the bravest of them all, though. He made the call first. He said, I'm going in, boys. I'm going to represent Iceland the best that I can. And yeah, there's Kachow pitting again. So that's... Oh, look who it is. Oh, Houndsy. So Houndsy's had to... I thought he'd move up into P4, so... He's pitting now from the intermediates. He can't take a trick today, old Houndsy. Ted Watto's pitting as well, so he's pitted. It's worked out really well for Ted Watto. He's having a cracking race today. He's in P3, he's on the fresh rubber, and that's going to be enough to, if it stays dry, the guys that have all pitted, that's enough to get him home on that medium rubber. That's more than enough with 16 laps left in this race. So Stein is on the medium rubber as well. So is Toss the Caber, and he finds himself in a little bit of a battle here with Houndsy and Exotic. This is for P5, 6 and 7. So Toss has made up 10 positions off the grid today, so he's had an excellent run. And he's in P5, followed by Exotic. Kachow, so he hasn't hurt him too bad. He's P8. He'd be kicking himself though. So I don't know if that was a bug or if he made a mistake. Oh no, Toss! Just loses it there. Where's that? That's 6 and 7. So perhaps the greasy, slippery conditions just caught him out there. Oh, and Pump on Purpose is going to get a piece of this action, so he moves into P8. So Toss was up as high as P5. He's back down in P9 at the moment. Houndsy's pitted again. What are you doing, Houndsy? Can you get it right? He's gone onto the... so he's onto the mediums now. Wow. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He's had an absolute dog of a race. So all that hard work to get back up again, and it's all for nothing. He's down in P12. So he's 15 laps to reignite his race and to redeem himself. Alright, Toss closing right up under brakes on Pump on Purpose there. So Dommy Lee is a long way out in front at the moment. He's 4.6 second gap to Mark of Kenya. And it is it's up to 4.7 seconds now. Ted Watto in his best race of the season. He's in third. Our championship leader Stein is in fourth position. And then it's the two Williams boys. So Exotic in P5 and Kachow in P6. Then Pump on Purpose in P7, and the man on screen at the moment is Toss the Caber in P8, Tiny Darspike in P9, and I have no idea what's happened to Stuart Little today. So he started P5, he finds himself in P10, hasn't had much camera time. I do apologise for that, Stuart Little, my main man, but yeah, I have no idea what's happened to him today. After that, it's the two Ferraris in P11 and 12 with Dace and Hounsey. Then the Huss in P13. Then the two McLaren boys. P14 is Will after a great effort to get into Q3 today. Giamma in P15 and Delta Lima in P16 with the three retirements of Mr. Woot was doing so well. He made the first move to the wet tyres. But he's out, Yurtis is out, as well as Ben Rory on the first lap in the other Alfa Romeo. So we've got 13 laps left in round 6, season 3, Nemesis Racing League. Looks like it's going to be a dry race from here on in. It was scheduled to go dry, wet, dry. We've had dry, we've had wet as we were watching Andre running wide at the final turn. Toss says, thank you very much. Out of my way, son. Goes up the inside turn 1 and takes P7. Can Andre fight back though? It looks like he can. Yes, he can. Oh, sorry, Pump on Purpose. Sorry, Pump on Purpose. Goes back up the inside for P7. Pulls it up in time for turn 3 and gets through. So poor old Toss the Caber. He was up in P5 and then just had that little moment. So he's battling away now in P8, but this is Kachow following his Williams teammate. Doesn't have anyone behind him, and it's Stein in the AlphaTauri in P4, championship leader. Domi Lee stretching that lead now, 6.8 seconds. Seems to be doing it quite well as Exotic runs very wide through the final turn. So he's going to drop back a little bit because of that. Just having a look for some close battles at the moment. Looks like Houndsy's going to try and put a move on his teammate here. Dace in the other Ferrari. Houndsy's had about 4 pit stops today. 2 of them good, 2 of them not so good. So he should make easy work of Dace, who's on the hard tyre. Yeah, he does. So he moves up into P11. Next on the list is my man Stuart Little, and as we come to Stuart Little, it's Tiny Darspike and Toss the Caber battling it out. Oh! And Tiny Darspike trying to put the move on Toss as they're coming through turn 5 into the left-hander of turn 6. Where's Toss? Toss is at the back there. So he's dropped back into P9 now. He's going to come up. Oh, Giamma. Where's that come from, Giamma? Fastest lap, a 108.4. Alright, so all of a sudden he's come alive. This is a good little battle here. It's the closest it is on the circuit. Keep an eye on the lead, but it's still 6.7 seconds. What's Stuart Little do? He's P10. Started in P5. Have no idea what's happened. Houndsy sets the fastest time, a 107.8. So the track is starting to dry up. Oh, we've got box seats here for Toss the Caber, who takes Tiny Darspike into turn 2. Turn 3, so, ooh, Stuart, does he touch Tiny Darspike in the Red Bull? Not too sure. Toss is going to have a look down the inside again. Doesn't quite get it done then. Alright, this is a great little battle. Stuart Little goes up the inside of turn 6. Oh, yeah, beautiful. So he's moved up in position. He's moved into P9. Houndsy hunting this group down as well. He's only 1.8 seconds behind and closing fast. Funny what happens when you're on the right tyres, eh, Houndsy? Alright. So it's 7-second gap at the front. Houndsy pushing hard. He's in P11. He's gone the fastest lap again at 107.6. Next on his list is this man here, Hounds Toss the Caber, the Scotsman in the Alfa Romeo. He's had a bit of a yo-yo race. He started P15. Oh, is he gonna get the pass done? Yes, he is. So he gets past Tiny Darkspike there, and he gets DRS to boot. Will Tiny Darkspike have a go up the inside? Yes, he does. So he takes that position right back. And now Toss is like, I'm going to take it back. This is some great racing as they go side by side. Oh, a little bump of the wheels. But he gets through okay. Giamma goes fastest again. Giamma, where have you been? Welcome to the party. Goes fastest lap. So I have no idea where this pace is coming from. As we're watching Toss, Tiny Darkspike and Houndsy closing in on these guys, taking massive chunks out. So he's just set a faster time again. As Tiny Darkspike is his next victim. We'll get off Houndsy because that sounds horrible. Gap out at front, 6.5 seconds. Stein is closing on Ted Wardo for P3 for the final podium position. Where are they on the track? This is turn 4. So Ted Wardo's raced the race of his life this week. We're at 27 of 36. He's going to battle it out with Stein for the final podium position. Exotic's not far behind him, and neither is Pump on Purpose, I believe. As Dommy Lee sets the fastest lap. The race leader, a 106.8 with a 7-second lead over Mark of Kenya, who's running a bit of a lonely old race at the moment. But here the action's here with Ted Wardo, Stein, and we've got Kachow and Exotic in on this as well. So this is for position 3, 4, 5 and 6. All nice and close. Oh no, Stein! Oh, he's lost it out of turn 1. Oh, he was doing so well. That's a massive reprieve for Ted Wardo. But the championship leader, he's dropped down into P6, and Pump on Purpose is going to try and close him down. It's the two Williams boys at turn 3. So they're battling it out now for P4 and P5. This is good for Ted Wardo. This will help him move away a little bit as Kachow moves past Exotic into P4. So the two Williams guys, they swap over. Oh, I thought, did he get a little bit sideways there, but that's okay. So Kachow in P4, P5 is Exotic. So Williams P4 and 5. Ted Wardo though, he's won out with all of this. He's got a nice little lead over Kachow, so it's almost a second. The lead out in front is 7 seconds. How's this battle going here with Houndsy? He's moving up. He's moved up into P10. Toss the Caber is next man up. Tiny Darkspike is a little bit off Houndsy at the moment as well, as he sets another fastest lap with a 106.6. Can Giamma reply? We'll have to wait and see. But Toss the Caber might have gone the old "you shall not pass" to Houndsy, because as fast as he's going, he is can't quite get past Toss at the moment. Just keep an eye on the two Williams there. Yeah, wish we could do split screen. Dommy Lee goes fastest lap again, a 106.5. Let's get back to this battle here as Will Ans and Giamma swap positions. Ooh, Houndsy getting a little bit loose there. Coming out of turn 8. Can he put a move on Toss going up the front straight? Sort of glitching out there, well on my screen anyway. This does make it a little bit hard to watch. He's got the DRS, so did Toss. Oh no, Ted Wardo! Ted Wardo's dropped down, he's lost his podium. It's Kachow. That happened at turn 3. Oh, and so looks like Houndsy, did he get Toss in the end? He's still in dispute at the moment. No, so Toss has got that. Alright. So Ted Wardo having best race of the season. He was in P3, but Kachow has taken him over there. So he's moved down into P4. Half a second behind him. Marco Kenya sets the fastest lap. So the gap out front is 6 seconds from Domi Lee. We've got 30. We're lap 31 and 36. The laps are really starting to fly by now with the dry conditions. Exotic will want to be getting up into 4th position here at the moment. Can Ted Wardo hold him off? Hounsey still hasn't got Toss the Caber yet. Can he do something into turn 1? No, he can't. So Hounsey's charged through the field despite all his fastest laps. Looks like it's kind of stalled here at P10. Can't quite get past Toss. As we watch Stuart Little put a move on Pump on Purpose in turn 3. Yes, and he's got that done. He's made that work. He's moved up into P7. Stuart Little started P5. He's been down pretty low today, but he's been able to fight back. Stein is the next man up for him. This is a good little group here of 4 cars all battling it out for 7, 8, 9 and 10. Tiny Darspike just hanging on at the back here. He's 1.1 seconds behind him. Exotic is a second behind Kachow. So Kachow for 3rd. He's a fair way behind Mark of Kenya though. He's 12 seconds behind him. And Mark of Kenya can't seem to make too much headway into Domi Lee, who's out in front. And we watch Hounsey make a move into turn 1. So he's finally able to pass Toss the Caber and move himself up into P9. So all the points are important. That's 2 points for him. He's had a very rough day, old Hounsey boy. Dutchman wouldn't be very happy. So Stuart Little's leading this group of 7, 8, 9, 10. Just having a look for any close battles. So we're on the home stretch here. We're lap 33 of 36. Domi Lee's put in an absolutely cracking performance today. So is Mark of Kenya, considering his grid penalties. And it's great to see the 2 Williams drivers bounce back after round 4 in Brazil, where they both had a very rough time of it. And I say the podium's still not decided here, because this is Exotic. And look at Giamma. Where is this Giamma? Where has this come from? A 105.6. Goes fastest lap. He's in P15. He's 1.2 seconds behind his teammates. But yeah, the final podium spot, it's not 100% decided yet, because Kachow is 8 tenths behind. Exotic is 8 tenths behind Kachow, as we see big break block up there from Kachow. Lead has extended a little bit there. Out in front, it's 6.8 seconds now. It was hovering around 6.2. As we see Hounsey makes a move on Pump on Purpose. So he takes another position. All important points for the championship. Ted Wardo had a great race today. Was up in P3, running as high as P3. He's in P5 at the moment. Stein has had a good comeback after spinning out. Oh, that was Stuart Little. Takes out the, I think it was the DRS sign. Just saw styrofoam go everywhere. Oh, and Hounsey gets the move done there into T1. So Hounsey is starting to make some moves. He's in P7 now. Oh no, Stuart Little bumps wheels with Andre. Oh, not too sure what happened there. But no, it was Pump on Purpose. Sorry, I keep on getting those Husk guys mixed up. It's Pump on Purpose. Pump on Purpose has damage. He's got damage to the left front wing end plate there. Tiny Darspike seemed to be able to stay out of that. And it looks like Stuart Little has come out unscathed. Okay, so a little bit of late race action. Who's that? Is that Giamma or Will Ans who's ghosting out there? I think it's Giamma. As we're watching Hounsey in P7. Let's get back to this final podium position. Well, at 35 and 36, it looks like Delta Lima might have had a spin there. and Will Ans goes a 105.4. So the two McLaren guys absolutely on fire, setting fastest laps. Just down in P14 and P15, unfortunately. So it's kind of all for naught, but you know, good to get fastest laps. I think we get it's 1 point for fastest lap. So Will Ans gets a point at the moment. But yeah, back to the final podium position. Exotic putting Kachow under pressure. Dommy Lee way out in front. He's about to start his final lap now. Mark of Kenya 6 seconds behind him. So barring a catastrophic failure, it's going to be Dommy Lee to take his second race win for the year. Oh, Stuart Little's retired. So I'm not too sure what's happened to him. He might have had some sort of damage. He might have spun. I'm not too sure. Let's keep an eye on these guys though, because this is for the podium. Dommy Lee's 5.9 second gap to Mark of Kenya. These two Williams there, 13 seconds behind Mark of Kenya. So yeah, it looks like Stuart Little's had an off there around turn 5 and 6 by the looks of it. I'm not too sure if he's pulled across to the side. So that's our 4th DNF for the day. So we're going to have 15 finishes by the looks of it at the moment. Dommy Lee, will make sure we'll get him crossing the line. He's coming around turn 7, turn 8. So the weatherman, he made the move. He qualified P2. He's coming around to collect win number 2 for the season. Dommy Lee has converted another Q3 appearance into a dominant race victory. Well done to Dommy Lee. Mark of Kenya coming across the line for P2. Well done to Mark of Kenya. Great drive from P9 after the 5-place grid penalty with the collision with Toss the Caber. And it looks like Kachow is going to be able to hold off Exotic for the final podium place. He takes P3, P4, a well-deserved P4 for Exotic. And Ted Wardo, well done to Ted Wardo. His best result for the season in P5. P6 is Stein. P7 is taken by Hounsey. Toss has finished P8 after starting P15. Tiny Darspike in the other Red Bull. Pump on Purpose is the final points paying position. Say that 10 times fast. Days TG in the other Ferrari just misses out on points. The other Haas of Andre in P11. And then it was Will Ans and Giamma. So pretty exciting race there. Congratulations to Dommy Lee on taking his second race win for the season. He started P2, driver of the day Exotic. We'll do the proper driver of the day vote and we'll see how that goes next in the next week. So we'll just do a quick little wrap up of the results, but congrats to Dommy Lee. Another great race. Mark of Kenya, one of the fast drivers in this league as well. Poor old Hounsey just wasn't quite able to get it together today. And then you've got the other podium of the Williams, I think was Kachow, I believe, or Exotic, can't remember which one. As we see a little bit of the bubbler being sprayed. Well done, boys, the podium. So that's a good result for the Constructors' Championship as well for Red Bull. So P1 and P9. Let's have a look at race director. Oh, let's go have a look through the results there. So quite a few stops by Will and Giamma. Hounsey had a 4-stopper as well. Incidents. Let's quickly go through the incidents. Oh, not too many today. That was pretty good. What about pit stops? Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, well, that's been round 6 of season 3 of the Nemesis Racing League. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a little break over Christmas, so we will be back racing though. So that's not the season done. We're gone just over the halfway mark. So the next time you're able to join us will be in Hungary. We'll be in Budapest on the 9th of January. So I wish everyone a happy and safe Christmas. I hope you're all able to enjoy it as much as possible. If you can join with family and friends, I hope you can do that. Have a safe new year as well. And we'll see everyone in Budapest on January the 9th. See you next time.